I think certainly Coach Nagu and his staff last year, my predecessor, I think they certainly made strides forward with this programme. I think last year the team, certainly more in the early stages of the season, found a belief in themselves and probably convinced the conference that they are capable of winning games and capable of competing at the highest level. I think maybe at the tail end of the season they ran out of a little bit of steam. Perhaps the roster wasn't deep enough for them to complete what they started. But moving forward, I think it's hard for me coming in to quantify in terms of wins and losses exactly what I project this team to do. I really don't know at this stage, and I'm not going to set a target of wins and losses. I think we just need to concentrate on ourselves and become the very best version of us in terms of every aspect of the game, both on the ball, off the ball, in transition, making chances, being good defensively. So we just need to become the best version of ourselves, and then as the season progresses we'll get a gauge of where that puts us. Hopefully it puts us in a good place, but as the season progresses we'll get a better idea of what that may be. I think this year certainly the squad's a little bit deeper than it was last year, and I think that's a testament of the coaching staff that came before. I think we've got more guys that are ready to compete at this level of competition, both technically and tactically, that they'll give us a little more longevity as we go through the games, and with the harsh schedule that the conference throws in and playing 2 games a week at a very high level. I think that'll bode well for the season. I think the reality for our group is that we have maybe 16 or 17 returning guys, and we have 14 new players and a new coach coming in. So I think what's most important about us is that I don't think what's going to make or break us is not the ability of 1 or 2 guys. It's going to be our ability as a group to come together and compete, and how quickly we can mesh as a group will make or break us, not any individual guys. Sure, we have some fantastic players are returning that were given accolades last year. The quality has certainly been shown in pre-season in our sessions from both the incoming guys and the returning guys. But in terms of individuals, as a group we have to come together. I think the new guys coming in have to understand the level of competition in our conference and how high it is, and it's a different beast than maybe what they've experienced before, both physically and with all other aspects of the game. But the returning guys, I think last year they really did learn that they can compete at this level, and now I think they're still in the young guys. They have the belief that the respect for what's come before them, the respect for the obstacle that lies ahead in terms of how good the other teams are, certainly within the conference. But at the same time, a lot of those individual players have the belief that come the end of the season we can be there or thereabouts. So how quickly we mesh as a group is going to be the key. New coach, new guys, how quickly they as a team, both individually as players but then collectively as a team, how quickly they adapt to my ideas of how I think the game should be played for our group. That'll go a long way to determining our success this season. The non-conference games, I think we obviously have a couple of teams that I'm not familiar with, and in terms of Union and Weber, what I will be sure of is that they'll come to Eckerd, our home field, and they'll come after us, and they'll see it as a very, very good chance to take a game away from a Sunshine State Conference team, and they'll build it up. And I think we go on and play Clayton State and North Georgia, two teams that I have familiarity from, being in the state of Georgia previously, and both those teams will come here and they'll have a right good go at us, and they'll set us up nicely, I think, for the conference play, because I think they are of a standard, of a level of competition that will get us weather beaten a little bit for season, and the intensity will be there. So I know Pete Pearson and Clayton, and he's always had a very, very good team up there, but all four of those teams will be great. I think we have that opening stretch of 5 home games to open the season. We have the one opportunity this weekend at Florida Gulf Coast to experience a different environment to ourselves, especially for the new guys. That'll be great, and for me to learn about them. But then we go into conference play, and we open up with St. Leo, who obviously won the conference last year, and having watched the game, they have a very strong side. So that run of 5 games that culminates with the opening game of the season will be interesting. And we might not be the finished article in day one. We might not be the finished article by the first time we play St. Leo, but hopefully we pick up enough results along the way, and we progress. And ideas take time to adapt to. I have to adapt to them, but they'll need to adapt to me and my ideas, and that takes time. and then as we go through the conference play, it's every week is a hard game. Every Wednesday, every Saturday, you're playing a very top competition. Teams that have won national championships, teams that have done, coaches that have done fantastic things. So I can't wait. One of the main reasons I came here to Eckerd is because of the environment here, because of some of the players they have, and also because of the conference that they play in. And I'm putting myself in good experienced coaches around me, and I'm very much looking forward to competing against them and getting my first exposure to this fantastic conference. I've spoken to so many coaches that have said such great things, whether they've played here or coached here in this conference, and I'm looking forward to experience it for myself.